Gogmazios, no! Please, come back, I love you!
Oh, you weirdo,
Hunting
leave
you
me
is
alone!
making me so happy! Oh god, my insides are boiling. I don't care, this is awesome. Hello, my fellow hunters! And alright, that might be a hot tar super lava take. It needs time to, of course, settle in and be absorbed, but god damn it, cover me in oil and fire a laser beam, this is brilliant! There is no doubt in my mind this is going to be heralded up there in the class of Raging Brachyfatalis Elatrion, the peak of the peak. Gogmazios, his hunt is spectacular. It finds that perfect blend between actually hunting him and, you know, fighting a monster, and spectacular set-piece moments that just make you want to fist pump the air. Like, my jaw was on the floor, I was grinning ear to ear, the pure joy sparked by this encounter, I cannot stress enough. Absolutely bravo, Capcom. Wow, they have done our Lord Gog justice. He was always something special, but now he's gonna go down as a legend of legends. This incarnation of him, the laser gun on his back, and how that weaves into the story of the fight, his discovery, the fact that you can just have a really cute little sleeping Gogmazios, like, aw, there he is. It's just brilliant. But I don't want to spoil too much, especially when it comes to the narrative around it and everything that happens, because there's actually some amazing character moments and cutscenes. But just know that the raw encounter with how his fire and dragon element phases work, with how the weapon on his back works, with even how the support hunters integrate into the fight, Fabulous Fabius, new Nadia, they are just wow. And then the final phase, I don't even want to show you that much of the final phase, it's just breathtaking. His super attack is certainly super rare, and I am just so pleased. I really wanted them to do him justice, and do him justice they have. He's not too difficult, especially not with support hunters. You'll have a really smooth time of it the first time, even with everything going on. The phase changes are done really well. Omega definitely remains the hardest hunt in the game. Savage Omega that is, but Gogmazios hits that really nice sweet spot. Like, don't get me wrong, he's probably gonna one-shot some people. He almost did to me, if not for Guts. He hits hard. He's not a pushover, but he is that satisfying amount of oomph to him, without being just completely like BS overwhelming bajillion attacks everywhere. He carries the gravitas of Wilds' first Elder Dragon so well, and truly, yeah. That's without even getting into the entire rest of the title update with the new endgame systems and all of that loveliness. But the one thing we do have to get into, of course, is his armor. The weapons, we know, Gogma, Artian, and they're going to be absolutely cracked, and they need their entire own bit of, talk, research, learning, and breakdown, which will be coming to you guys very soon. But of course, we need to look at his armor. And his armor, first and foremost then, visually, yeah, I kind of like it. I'll be honest, I've always been someone that hasn't been super into the raw visuals of Gogmazios. There are certain pieces that will be very nice mixed into fashion sets, but the waist, the kind of sticky oil connections never really done it for me. The shoulders as well. I think the male set is genuinely better, so I love being able to mix and match, but like, who even cares? It's Gogmazios armor. And have you noticed that list of set bonus skills? That's interesting, isn't it? So, the Gogmazios armor then, out the box, comes with peak performance level 5, which is obviously awful and kind of anticlimactic and whatever. But it also comes with 2 adrenaline rush, 2 agitated, 2 burst, 2 max might, 2 elemental absorption, 2 speed eating, and that is quite spectacular. The actual individual pieces, the helmet, LE absorb and peak performance 3 and 1, Obviously, Element's gotten quite the nice increase this patch with the weapon changes. We'll be digging deep into that for you guys as well. But Elemental Absorption was never like a spectacular skill to begin with, coupled with peak performance. Yeah, this one might well not see the light of day. The only thing of note it's got going for it, at least to me, is that it counts towards Zoshia's Pulse. Yes, Gogmazios armor, as you saw with that big old list, has a little bit of a quirk where individual pieces actually count towards other monsters' set bonuses. The legs towards Oshakama Powerhouse, the waist to Burst Boost, the gloves to Second Wind, and that's kinda really cool. So we can interchange these pieces for, well, those set bonuses themselves. And then the beta brings in Mizutsune, goddammit, Gravios Protection, which, you know, nobody cares about, and Blangonga Spirit, which, again, nobody really kind of cares about, but then also Guardian Arkveld's Vitality, which is quite neat. So, yeah, that's really quite something. We have these two armor sets, the alpha and the beta, and they just come with them this huge splattering of set bonus options. Otherwise identical, but the amount of potential here for sets, especially coupled with Gogma weapons, because remember, you only need to get one roll on the weapon to then activate it. So if you got full Granjinaf's Will, which we saw in the preview on your Gogma Artian, and then wore 4 pieces of Gogmazios, including these gloves, you'd activate full Granjinaf's Will, which for Hammer might be amazing. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thematically, flavor-wise, working into Gogma weapons, this is super cool to give ways to actually pick up these extra set bonuses should you want them. Not all of them are that good. Doshagama's Might is not bad in the right situation. Greatsword can make good use of it. Burst Boost is phenomenal, and this waist as 2 burst 2 and 1 coupled with that is actually filled with potential, though of course being able to transcend Guardian Ebony Odogon armor does instantly apply competition, but hey, it's what it is. Of course, the thing to then talk about is, well, Gogmapocalypse. This is such a good name! Mutual Hostility. Increase elemental attack when large monsters become enraged. Level 1 effect is increased, and you gain a temporary damage barrier. Ooh! Immortal? Oh my god, I can't wait. So, the fact that I could actually use 4 pieces of Gogmazios, get a little bit of cheeky Zoshia's Pulse, either get the 2 set from a second piece of Zoshia armor, or 1 roll of it on a Gogma Artian. Yeah, of course this will all be tested for actual numbers, but in the wake of Element getting a huge buff in this patch, and the cap going up, if we have the equivalent of Agitator but for Element, and this has the numbers to back it up, never mind the barrier, we might actually end up seeing something really, really cool here. Now, by no means on first read does this armor and this set come across as, well, that's it, that's the new meta, we're all going to be wearing 4 pieces of Gogmazios, holy god, this is ridiculous, like Fatalis did as the final monster in Iceborne, but this set is so creative, it's so full of potential. The set bonus Mix Mash, the actual Gogmapocalypse itself, the fact that you can get Adrenaline Rush, Max Might, Peak Performance, Burst, and get those mix match quite valuable popular skills. Burst, Maximum Might, and Adrenaline Rush especially are quite big deals there. There is a lot going on, and I for one cannot wait to start theory crafting. This set is brimming with potential, but it's not overwhelmingly instantly just brokenly strong, it's just so fucking cool, you know? And that is really, really exciting. It really, really is. The legs on Raw Slot and Skill are just kind of, again, peak performance, 1 Agitator, 3, 2, 1, not the best. The waist does have potential, 2 Burst is nice to be able to get there, everything else is kind of a bonus. The gloves with 2 Maximum Might, you can get a lot more value out of other gloves, and Max Might is quite easy to get, so again, the raw piece not incredible. The chest for Adrenaline Rush weapons is actually quite nice. That can represent 3 Adrenaline Rush, but obviously the first point is the best, you don't really need 3, but getting 2 points of it for free, then a 3 and a 2 slot, and then activating towards Gogmapocalypse if that's what you're doing, that is potential. But yeah, All in all, this is one of the most interesting, creative, and cool armor sets we have ever seen in Monster Hunter, and I, for one, cannot wait to start tinkering with it. Let's then have a quick look at the Gogmazios weapons, essentially the Ostrak Oblivion. Apart from just looking fabulous, I mean the chains, the glow, the writing, here I have then used a almost perfect dragon greatsword Artian to test it. It had an elemental roll instead of just full attack, and I have applied the extra increase my bonuses option. So I've got +9, +9, +6 on the raw attack, and it's ended up as a 239 raw greatsword. The -% affinity is a shame, but I also got Lord's Soul as the set bonus, which is kind of nutty and filled with potential there. Blangonga Spirit, not so much. But in any case, that is quite the weapon, and this is just an average test. Gogma weapons are going to be meta and then some. We all knew it, we saw it coming, but wow, there is some serious raw potential here. This isn't even attack boost EX. This could be touching 250, 260 maybe, if you can get 4 attack EXs. Obviously, the limits of the system and how it all works, we will dig down deep into and come back to you guys with, but needless to say, the Gogmaratians, even just this random average one that I didn't really put much effort into, is really good. So don't worry too much about RNG or being perfect. Just an average Artian upgraded to an average Gogmaratian is going to be a killer weapon that you'll be happy to swing around, and that's really cool. And I could roll the bonuses again afterwards and try and get better attack rolls, which is also really nice to see, on top of being able to reroll the set skills. So actually the RNG is kind of not too crazy, all things considered. Once you've got your Artian, you could just re-roll both categories over and over and over again until it works out, which I really like. I'd rather churn on the same weapon than churn weapon after weapon after weapon, and that's what you can do. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, that's our initial look at our new Lord Gog, and I'm just so happy! My favorite Elder Dragon, my third favorite monster, and he has been done to perfection. Let me know how you guys get on, but for now, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe, hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.